Every week I sit down and I think about what I should talk about with you. And a lot goes through my mind thinking, well, most people want stock picks. Most people want to see that one stock that's going up that you got to be part of, or that's correcting that you got to get in. But anyone who's been in this field of wanting to grow and protect their money for longer than a year and who has purchased multiple investment newsletters knows that stock picks aren't the answer. Because if they were, everyone who had the pick of the month newsletters, they would be rich. But they're not. They're still looking. So there's a battle in my mind thinking, what should I talk about? Because I don't want to just talk about another stock pick or another formation, because I don't actually think that's the stuff that makes the difference. And this is difficult because I actually want to have breakthroughs with my subscribers and my clients. And it's hard to educate someone on something that they don't believe to be true. So I've been just going through a lot of what experts say, not just this week over Cyprus and how Cyprus is going to change everything. It probably will. Or why Apple has fallen 40%, or why Facebook went up 3% yesterday. That stuff really doesn't matter. But what are some of these bigger themes that we've been inculcated to believe that matter? What are some things that experts continue to say that maybe you start to believe? You know, experts say that people are rational investors. Seriously, academic economists and academics actually say that the average investor is rational, and we should build models on top of investors being rational. So my question is, what do you think? Are you rational? Are you rational when your money is on the line and the stock is moving against you or the whole stock market is falling? How many rational people do you know? But all the models that have been built by academic economists over the last 5 decades are built on top of the belief that investors are rational. So what do you think? And then you have the experts saying that the market's efficient and there's absolutely no way to beat it. Don't even try to beat the market. It's efficient. It has everything priced in. You can never beat it, so don't try to beat it. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk to you about our fees, and we're going to tell you how cheap our fees are, and we're going to focus the conversation on our fees and not actually talk about the real expense, which is our bad performance. So what do you think? Do you think the market's efficient? Do you think that model that was designed 30, 40 years ago is true? What do you think about it? Do you think you can beat the market? If not, how do you explain people like Warren Buffett or David Einhorn or any of the dozen people who have beat the market for over a decade or 4 decades? How do you explain them? Well, the academic economists would just call them lucky. So what do you think? And then you have experts that say you should rebalance your portfolio every year. Right? You got to rebalance that portfolio because that's good. That makes things safe, right? You got to sell your winners and put those winnings or part of those winnings in your losers so you can rebalance your portfolio, because it's all about rebalancing, right? That's what the experts say. So what do you think? And then the experts say prices always fully reflect all available information. There's no stocks are ever overpriced or ever underpriced. There's no bargains out there. Nothing. Every stock always is fully priced with all the information out there. That's what they say. That's what experts say. I'm not making this up. And not just academic economists, but anyone that works at Edward Jones or Raymond James or Merrill Lynch or JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley or Goldman Sachs or any other independent advisors. And I'm just curious, what do you think? And I ask these two because I want you to question what your beliefs are. And no stock picks this week, but really a reflection on yourself and noticing how your money has grown over the last 5 years. If it's grown really well, congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. If it hasn't and you're hoping things change by getting another newsletter, I don't think it will. But I think it's a good time for reflection with the fundamentals of all the things wrong in this world actually getting worse and experts saying it's getting better. I don't think Europe's actually getting better. I think it's getting worse. And when countries that print their currencies continue printing their currencies, at least in this country, the United States, we're doing about $1 trillion a year of printing. That has never ever ended well. Is it going to end well this time? Well, we don't know. But history says no, and typically you don't want to be on the wrong side of history. And so I just, want to think about, what are the experts saying today? What are they saying today? They're saying gold is dead, gold's in a bear market, gold's not going up anymore. Things have changed. The US dollar is safe, the euro's not, so go into the US dollar, it's safe. It's backed by the US government. Always be in the stock market. Make sure you're always in the stock market. Never be out of the stock market, because that's timing, and timing is expensive and dangerous. And stocks are at a new plateau, and they're going up 100% from here. Even though that's never happened in the history of the world, hey, maybe they will. That's what the experts are saying. Experts say invest based on your age. You're 55 years old, you need to have 55% of your money in stocks and 45% of your money in bonds. Oh, you're 65 years old. Oh, you have to have now 65 in bonds and 35 in stock. I mean, people tell other people to invest based on the year they were born. This seems really interesting. And so it's a time of reflection and looking back and noticing what works and what doesn't work. And if things aren't working what you've been doing, stop doing those. Stop going for more newsletters if the last 12 newsletters haven't helped you. Maybe it's something else. And so as we reflect and we notice what has changed and what isn't changed, also notice with yourself, what are your best investments? And I'll tell you, my best investments are not stocks or bonds or ETFs or commodities or mutual funds. Probably my best investment ever was marrying my wife, by far. And then my best investment was having kids. I mean, those are the two best investments I've ever done, and none of them have to do with the stock market. And I think if you look at your own life and you start noticing what some of your best investments have been, you'll notice they don't have ticker symbols. They don't change in price each day. And for a lot of people, their best investment ever is starting their own business. None of this stuff has to do with the stock market. So just in a time of reflecting and hearing people say, well, bonds are always safe, and stocks you always have to be in, and the dollar is safe, just start reflecting what is and is not working for you. Because experts don't actually know. They do their best. And I think if you pull the curtain back on what they were actually doing with your money, you'd probably find out they have no idea what they're doing with their money. So thanks for being with me this week and just noticing and reflecting what is and is not working for you and being really honest with yourself. And if things are not working, please change your approach. Get into a conversation with someone who they are working for you. We have my semi-annual strategy gathering coming up on April 9th. Happens twice a year. I know most of you know what semi-annual means, but it is coming up on April 9th. And we're going to, of course, talk about the markets. Real estate is absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. Hundreds of millions and billions of dollars is coming into the market, buying houses and apartments. Absolutely incredible. Ben Bernanke's zero interest rate policy is helping people get into the market with all cash. We'll talk about that and how that's impacting and how these new bubbles are coming up. Of course, we'll go over the strategies and see how they're doing. I'll have live, extensive Q&A, speed investing, bring your stock picks with you, and if we have time, we'll go over market x-ray. Thanks so much for being here. If you are married, kiss your husband, kiss your wife, kiss your kids. Those are probably going to be the best investments you ever have. I'm so glad you're here, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.